Live at 4, let's go exploit the candy store. And yes, today has been an absolute mess. So at server reset for about 15 minutes, people were getting unusually large amounts of heart candy currency. My best guess is this currency was used last year for some sort of milestone points, and they did not reset them back to zero. So what happened for about 15 minutes, players were able to go into the store and buy all the items there on the screen. And then a lot of players refreshed the store spending cores. Some people refreshed it with 50s, 100s, 200s, 400s. So there was a cap of how much people could get because you had to refresh the store. So after about 15 minutes, they pulled the store down. And then for those that are not sure what 143 means, it's I love you, 1 letter, 4 letters, 3 letters. That was in text messages a million years ago. Actually, it wasn't text messages. It was for pagers back in the 90s. My goodness. And so the game went down. So they removed the store after 15 minutes. And then about 45 minutes later, they took the store down. A lot of people were wondering if they were going to do a reset. Archangel has said this, and he said this again, that there's almost never been a rollback. The game hasn't had one in 2 years. They're very unlikely to do rollbacks. He did mention that there's going to be compensation, but they're waiting for messaging. And that's where we are right now, is that we have not received any messaging at all from Archangel, and we're waiting for what the outcome is going to be. And I think people are going to be pretty upset about this. I'm not sure what percentage of players were able to take advantage of this. I mean, there were a lot of people here on Twitch online that saw it happening because it was only working for about 15 minutes. And then they pinged their alliance mates and things like that. But, you know, if there's 300,000 people that play the game, I'm not sure how many people actually got to take advantage of this. Maybe a couple thousand, maybe 10,000, but a smaller percentage for sure. But still, it did create some unfair advantage. And the problem with this too is that you had to spend cores to take advantage of it, right? You had to spend cores to refresh it, because maybe there wasn't a lot of good stuff there on your main screen when you went in there. Even though you had the currency, you still had to refresh the store. Archangel also said that the heart store is missing right now, and people want to know if spending campaign energy will give the heart currency. And I don't know what's happening, but right now, when I go and look at the heart asset that used to look like this, it's voided. It's like all glitched right now. And what Archangel is saying is the ones purchased and earned will be part of the compensation. I know it's stressful. Hold tight. It's all being worked on. So there's going to have to be some compensation that. And then the question is it okay to spend campaign energy if you're not getting towards the event? Yes, it is working. You just can't see it in the currency at the moment. The store will be brought back soon, and you'll see your currency then. And also, there was maintenance, and people had their games crash, and people were in battles, and it was a big problem. Players are hoarding cores for Black Knight orbs. Give lots of candy shop currency so players will spend all of their cores. Yeah. And then a lot of people said this. And hey, Scopely, show us a little bit for Valentine's Day and just give us your mess up. Today's free claim on the web store, there's a claim for 21 million. Some people had as high as 70 million. I'm not really sure what that meant or how that worked. People also got to claim this and go crazy on the in-game store. Again, they had to refresh it with actual cores. Once again, giving them decent advantage. This is correct. About 30 minutes, Scopely took everything down. About 16 minutes. I looked at the clock. It was 16 minutes. And now there's an emergency maintenance coming up. That's true. Don't let pull a fast one. Ever deserves proper compensation. Scopely do the right thing and show a little love. And just give everyone the screw up. Edit. Seeing reports that people got tons of stuff. They refreshed the store up to 400 cores. This is true. Tons of free gear. Training mats, Tark promos. I don't know if it's free if you spend thousands of cores. I mean, I spent hundreds of cores myself. Scopely needs to compensate appropriately. I agree with all this. People should be upset, right? The only way I think they could have done this correctly, if you want my 2 cents on this, is maybe leave this screw up available for 8 hours only. Send out an in-game message that gives every player in the game a lot of currency, right? Because the reason why they took it down is that some people had 0 currency and some people had millions, right? But if they would have left it up for 8 hours only and sent out 20, 30, 40 million to everybody, because there's going to be some people that had none, right? And then just let people refresh it if they want to, right? And then that'll give them 8 hours to fix the problem. When the 8 hours is done, wipe everybody's currency and shut down the store or whatever. But they didn't do it that way. I don't know. My best guess is that they're just going to send out currency to everyone. And this currency won't discriminate whether people are able to go do that. And I know that always pisses off people. But that's just the historical way that Scopely has fixed these situations. Scopely should have left it. Why take the store down? Any comp will now leave people angry. This is true. But if we can buy the full store every time, there was nothing game breaking here. Plus, they get to drain our cores a bit. For hard to see how this damage core will end up worse than the damage. That's probably true. And finally learn from a mistake and stop reusing currency. That is the problem, really, right? Why do they keep... This is at least the third time that this has happened that I can remember, where they reuse a currency, the event starts, the old currency from event from 1 million years ago populates, and it just throws everything into chaos. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think that they're going to spend the time to create some sort of equitable compensation. They're just going to give compensation to everyone, and that's going to be that. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. So this was kind of the sentiment from here in chat. Crying Joker says, if you want to take advantage of our screw-ups, you need to be online at reset. Scopely, probably. I don't think everybody can do that. I know that's when I stream on Twitch, but not everybody can do that. This is, without a doubt, the single biggest build, the single buggiest build in this game's history. The single buggiest build in this game's history so far. I love the Simpsons. Okay, so they did update the war rewards, and you're gonna have to go and look at yours. You can go in game and see what it is, and then you can also go look in your mail and see what you got from like the last war that paid out a couple days ago. And there is a significant increase in gold. Like if I look at my old one, it was 700 and 454,000 on a win and a loss in the tier that I'm in. And it looks like it was bumped up to 2 million, 1 million. Now for me, I don't really need much more gold. I mean, I'm sitting on 70 million gold and 160 gold orbs. What I really need is training materials. I'm completely out of training materials. But for me personally, I'm more willing to spend on gear in the supply store. Now this right here is a significant increase. 20,000 and 10,000, and you're gonna have to check what yours is. Yours might be different, from 6,000 and 5,400. And the reason why this increase is important is that this store has like the Pegasus Ironheart MK2 or whatever, and it also has 3 slots dedicated to the uniques, and that's a significant bottleneck right now is going to be the uniques. And so right now I've been unwilling to buy the uniques because I need to get the Pegasus, the Ironheart Pegasus shards. But this is, effectively, doubling the amount there. And then there's some other stuff there as well. So I feel like this is an overall better change. The other change that they made is to the amount of titania. And you'll have to go in game and look at this. But it looks like they are giving more diamonds on titania. And then they also changed the brackets around. Actually, let's go in game and look at this because it is different. And unfortunately, I didn't screenshot the all the brackets, but they changed it. Like before, you could see it was like 51 to 100, and then it went to 1 to 3%. It looks like now they extended this out to like 1,000 in the alliances, and then they started doing the percentages. So let's take a look at that. Yeah, here we go. So here it used to end at 100. Now they've gone to like 250, 500, 1,000, and then it goes to like 1 to 25% once it goes past the 1,000 alliances. So this is a small increase in rewards. Like I said, I don't know if this is going to be meaningful. But as far as I can see, they didn't change the gold or anything like that. Also, there's a couple offers. There's an offer for $20. If you need Kang, this is reasonably good. Also has some Superior 6 with some Kang for $20. And then lastly, I was talking about it just a minute ago. It looks like need a bunch of training materials. I'd be willing to buy this if I could get 1,000 of them for $10. This also includes 2 Elite 7s, which I personally don't need. But if you're in the market for Elite 7s and training materials, I think this is a good offer. Scopely, fix your game. That's really the solution, is like, can they just reset the currencies after the event? Like when this event is over, either never reuse this currency or have it wiped like a week after the event is over. I feel like this has happened more than once before, and it's just not good the way. And I don't think people are going to be happy by the way this plays out. Let me know what you think in the comment section. As always, thanks for watching. Keep on gaming. Boy, for now.